Yeah, they are. Alberto going first. Definitely needs the help, but I already saw a rough draw.
I really like the rituals that players do with their cards before starting
Yeah.
the game, the V-shape.
Yeah, you saw the one you made when you were a player, so you have yours as well, huh?
I used to make a smile.
Oh yeah.
Wow. But here we see already a rough start because Alberto tried to bait an interruption but revealed that he hard drawn that minion. And yeah, now he's just gonna try to extend. Antonio, rightfully so, goes for the Ghost Bell on the revive effect. But he does have a second Marshmallow since he normal summoned the first one. Does this resolve? It does indeed. I mean, we have been, I guess, spoiled by seeing a lot of Yami variants, but this is just a straight up version, so things are gonna be a lot more straightforward. Let's see what the goal will be. It's also possible that they know what they are up against at this point in the tournament already.
Yeah, this is what I want to discuss. So we saw that Alberto chose to normal summon the Marshmallow instead of special summoning. So indicating that a potentially threat of Izuna may be there. But I think that in the Mitsurugi Yami strategy is not one of those cards that you really can afford to utilize.
Yeah, and I would say Ghost Bell is also not, you know, in everyone's deck. But here we see an impermanence on the Capsi, which is important.
Yes, Capsi is one of those cards that you really want to interact with. So Antonio kept his impermanence for Capsi because it is the only way for the Yami strategy in order to find a way to have a surprise in his arsenal.
Are you shocked at all that we decided to discard the Purge out of our cards?
Yes, I think it was quite an interesting option from Alberto. I think that maybe indicating that he may know what his opponent is up to from the Mitsurugi Yami strategy, but yet Purge is a very good card against either Prayers, either Capsi.
Yeah. But here we see the usual stuff with Lollipop Yami way. We will try to set up just the Herald of the Arclight, but no Mitsurugi, so the Herald is just, if just is a right word, just, you know, an interrupt. And yeah, here we are gonna see what we used to see in the first days of Yami, I would say.
Yes, it is quite odd that we play Marcher instead of Samsara potentially.
But I mean, it makes sense, I guess. It
in a pure
does represent
version.
an additional, yeah. You don't really need to recycle the Herald in this version, I guess. And this is not so good on its own. Because the Synchro is... Let's see. I'm wondering what the last card is, except for the Yami we know of.
I think it's a hand trap, but
Yeah.
Ghost Bell, maybe? I think it's a Ghost Bell.
Okay,
No?
maybe. Because honestly, I don't know. I think I'd rather prioritize
Purge instead of...
no, but even both Purge plus Bell and just get rid of an additional body. I don't think it's that needed, but especially if you know what you're up against, and stopping, you know, it's quite useful to stop possibly, I don't know, pre-prep or any sort of way to access the Mitsu part of the deck. But did he draw something? Probably something weird because he's showing to the camera, so must be something out of this world. I think I saw Mignon. Maybe all the bricks, is it? Because I see Mignon, I see a ritual. Is it really all of the different bricks? I see another bell. No, okay, there is pre-prep.
You can still activate Bell, though.
Yeah. I wouldn't complain too much, but I don't know what the rest of the end could be. Yeah. I mean, for sure, no?
Yeah.
Like, there are much better targets than this. And if Antonio really was complaining about this end, this could be that he doesn't have much else. Oh no, never mind. We do have a Bakiri.
If you only have one play, why to show to camera?
I don't know what he was
tutorial
showing,
way.
honestly, at this. Yeah. I mean, of course, he's doing it for the show. No, we know that, you know, Antonio has a strong personality. I'm pretty sure no one else would in this spot, because obviously you want to keep information to yourself. But yeah, for sure there is Mignon, and I believe the last card was the Bell. And I think, yeah, that is it. Antonio picks up his cards. Maybe it was just the Mignon that he showed as the top deck. I mean, to be fair, both players drew it, so it's not like it was out of this world. But yeah, I mean, sometimes that's just how it is. I guess it also comes back to bite him a little bit, the decision to try and make your opponent brick. Because what we saw was normal summon of Marshmallow, and then the Mignon came from the end. Because otherwise I feel that if you have Impermanence plus Bell, usually what you want to do is keep Impermanence for Capsi and then chain the Bell to the Synchro and try to stop them that way. But I mean, this was plenty, and at least now he gets to go first and adjust his deck. What do we expect to see from the side deck?
I mean, right now, one of those hints that we can have is that from the Antonio side, we only saw Mitsurugi cards. However, we also saw Ghost Bell. So this is an indicator that he's probably in the Mitsuyami strategy, if we are in Antonio's mind.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, pure Mitsu doesn't pretty much afford to play hand traps that are like, for example, Earth, because they don't interact well with Impulse. That it is one of the reasons why to play pure Mitsurugi.
I mean, I think that
but
is
he did see the Purge, yeah?
No, because he discarded
at the beginning.
He discarded at the beginning.
So he knows that the Purge is there.
I don't talk about Antonio with the pure Yami. I'm talking about...
but I mean that Antonio saw the Purge, and so he can assume it's not Mitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they kind of have both full information about each other. But I guess when you go first, you pretty much, if you're maining the Fuwa, you just want to get rid of the Fuwa, but it's a heavy combo deck, Mitsuyami, so I wouldn't expect, you know, some players side the cards like Kolba if they don't main, or Talent, or in this case, Antonio is not quite for the same view. I think he just adds a couple more end traps and call it a day.
I think so,
But I think it's just time to find out. Is really Yami gonna be the one taking it and knocking possibly Antonio out? Or is he gonna show why he's a world champion and why this better version of the deck is here? So our duelists are ready. Let's jump into action.
And
Let's
game
see.
2 has started, and probably Antonio is going first.
Yeah.
There's no way to play such a powerful deck and choose to go second. And I really want to see how these decks can bridge with each other. I want to see Antonio start with Yamis and go through the full combo into the Mitsurugi strategy.
Yeah, hopefully this time around his hand is a little bit better, so he can show us a bit of combo. But on the other side, I mean, I'm really curious what hand traps Alberto might have brought in.
I think right now Antonio is thinking about either normal summoning as Blossom or Lollipop, one of those debates that you're thinking when you're playing the Yami. Yeah.
And there it is. Do we have a Fuwa loss? Anyways, there is, you know, a second copy of Ash to take care of it, but not gonna be the case for Alberto.
I mean, we are in 2025, and normal summoning a hand trap doesn't mean that you have bricked.
Indeed. Yami, one of these decks that can make the most of it. And yeah, we are gonna use Capsi Yami way maybe. So, do we see a response from Alberto? Pure Josh. We do see the Purge. This could be big.
I mean, we need to chain, right?
I mean, doesn't matter all that much if you don't have anyways, so sure. I guess he prefers the monster in the graveyard.
and also plays better around Nibiru.
Yeah, I think it's fair, honestly. I don't really see a reason for going into it, but I mean, if Antonio doesn't have other engine pieces, this is gonna be a bit poor in terms of end field. Because of course now we are gonna revive and then go into like Lolipo if we want, and we can get into the big difference between the decks, which is if Alberto was only able to establish the Herald, the huge difference here is that once you get into your own Herald of Arclight, that gives you a Bakiri, and that's big.
I mean, it is the heart of the deck in order to access Herald and potentially summon into the extra monster zone in order for make gravity controller and finally find access to Habakiri and your Mitsurugi.
Oh, and here we see an interesting difference between what you usually see with the Samsara and instead this Star M getting rid of the Ghost Bell.
The graveyard as the time passes goes more right.
Yeah. And as mentioned, we are going to be accessing this Herald.
Herald in the extra motion zone in order to be summoned into gravity controller, and the effect will be activated in order for us to add Habakiri in the hand and advance our plays with the Mitsurugi.
This is definitely better. I mean, good start, but instead it goes for the moon.
We already have the Habakiri, I guess.
No ritual spell?
Or a ritual spell, yeah, makes sense, okay. We did have the rituals, the last card in hand is the second Ash Blossom that we knew of, and Alberto doesn't seem like he's that interested in interrupting anymore.
I mean, at this stage you are pretty showcasing to your opponent that you potentially don't have any more hand traps, because I don't think there is a world that you don't have activated anything else, and you let your opponent to find an access to Mitsurugi.
Is he on Purification? That's also an interesting question. Many duelists are maining it for the event, so we can check if he is maining it as well. Makes sense. And there it is on top of the deck. You can see it. Definitely gonna access it at some point.
I mean, there is no reason to not play a copy of Purification, neither the main or side deck.
At least in the side, for sure.
It is one of those cards that really gives the edge to this deck to perform, providing a negation of a spell, trap or monster effect, and it is one of those plays that...
and I think Alberto just concedes. Wow. Even though that's kind of surprising, there are still 37 minutes, honestly. Maybe there is a dinner reservation and both just want to go and call it a day. But yeah, Alberto just picks up his card, which means we're heading into a game 3. Wow.
Quite surprised, honestly. I think this is the first time it happened today on stream, because like I think it could have waited a little bit more, you know.
To be fair, Pure Yami, it is one of the reasons that it scares me personally to play an event with Pure Yami, is that if you have only engine and you cannot stop your opponent with hand wraps, you're in a very weird spot, because it cannot play very well against an established field, and this is what potentially Alberto saw, and the thought that it may be a good option just to go to game 3, that he can go first.
Yeah, fair enough. But now he's gonna be once more in a good position, because if the big difference, as we have seen here, is this bridge that you can do through the Herald, obviously, Murakumo is really good going second into Yami, and it's gonna be, very interesting to see what Alberto brings in, because going first, we have seen all the way from Solemns and some other trap cards. What are going to be the options from Alberto?
I mean, he has Anti-Spell Fragrance, which I really like, honestly.
Okay.
It's a card that, like going at top table, someone was playing it. It's just interesting. and then he has the Solemns, which for sure will go in. I mean, I think this is going to be pretty much it from his side. I mean, on Alberto's side instead, there's, I mean, as mentioned, there are the Mitsurugi, so there's more choice, I would say, but there are also the Mulcharmis, which he can bring in for sure. So it's definitely going to be like a very close one. I mean, as mentioned, we didn't get to see much Alberto going second. It was just, Dominus Purge being activated. And,
well, but there is an interesting inclusion at the top of the side deck from Antonio as well.
Yeah.
Which we could see, because that is the one copy of Dimension Shifter. And I mean, against pure Yami, it's actually quite annoying. So I think we could see it just being brought in, and it could definitely catch Alberto by surprise. So, yeah.
I mean, it is one of those cards that you really want to see, preferably with Mitsurugi, obviously. And pure Yami will definitely struggle against a potential shifter. But it is one of those interactions that not only it is the hand traps and the side deck patterns that play a huge role, but also if both decks go just engine by engine, I think that Mitsurugi can really show its true power and summon Murakumo in order to deal with all the Yamis.
For sure.
And this is why it is a good option also to play pure Yami, because before I talked about why I'm scared about playing, but on the other hand, it is one of those decks that it's really scary when they have an established field that they can do it just with one summon and have 4 more cards in the hand and potentially draw from the Capsi, and have 5 cards that you don't know what are, and potential hand traps, maybe, for example, Ghost Bell, Ash Blossom, Dominus Purge, and Impermanence, and all these cards that can really stop, for example, Mitsurugi Yami.
Yeah, that can definitely be the case, but without further ado, only one of these two duelists can advance to day 2 with the next to score, still with chances to making it to the top 8. Is it going to be Antonio or Alberto? Let's find out.
We changed our our ritual.
Yeah. All 3 games, actually, yeah.
Do you have any ritual before?
I actually don't. I think I just I think I just draw no. I don't think so. I never thought about it.
There have been so many years before, huh?
Yeah, it's been ages actually, so.
Oh, no draw, but I see Mulcharmis in the end from Antonio. Let's see if he's on your team of using it after Kagari. It seems like he is, because I think that's Fuva. And probably we're gonna see it now, no? Is it double Fuva? That's the question. And here comes Fuvalos from Antonio. Do we have a response? We do have Ash, but we have a second Fuvalos. Wow.
World champion Nora.
Yeah, world champion diff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Alberto having a smile, I mean, what can you do about it? Sometimes happens.
And I think we still have a troll and lock, and I want to see if it's going to be changed in the resolution in order for us to provide more plays and establish a bigger field.
I mean, at least let's see. It's as you've mentioned, all of Alberto's commitment has been 1 card. So if he has drawn some of these, I don't know, Solemns, Anti-Spell Fragrance, maybe he doesn't really need to do all that much. He can set them up and try to stop Antonio.
We can troll here and go for it.
Does he have it?
Yeah, you just trade troll, we surprise with more
Oh, okay.
draws.
I guess, yeah, no need to do it immediately, maybe, because it's important to set up the surprise here.
Especially with Mas now also in the rotation.
But this is where we could.
You trade 1 draw for surprise. I mean, it's a fair trade, yeah.
Exactly, for sure.
But at this point, you don't even want to draw.
Maybe not.
Yeah, you just pass. And you have draw from Mitsurugi.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, you don't read anything else. Honestly, no. Ooh, and we see a Kruki even. Okay. Makes sense. And yeah, here we're just gonna set up, get the marshmallow, get the surprise back, and yeah, did we get the surprise? Okay. Get the surprise back. And yeah, I think honestly we just keep the draw at this point. Makes a lot of sense, but only one set. Unfortunately, no trap cards from the side deck. And it's going to be a very simple, yummy field to fight against Antonio's 7 cards, possibly 6, 7 cards. Let's see.
And I like the fact that you got by surprised by the fact that Alberto took the surprise and sent it to the graveyard instead of immediately in his hands.
Yeah. Skipping steps. Okay, so big question is if we have anything to play with in the draw phase, because obviously you want to try, but no, wow, we go immediately for, again, this hard drawn one-off Mitsurugi ritual.
And right now Murakumo is going to be summoned probably from the deck in the field, and we can experience why Mitsurugi is very, very strong against pure Yami.
Yeah. I mean, at least the good news is we do have a Akruki and we do have surprise, so the Akruki will provide a special summon once your field is wiped.
And we didn't chain Capsi, which was quite odd. No? Because
yeah,
we lost potentially one draw. And
but I think he wants to use it afterwards. So here we are gonna use the effect of Akruki, I think.
Maybe
just special summon.
Change surprise to Habakiri in order for
Maybe, yeah.
generate for sure the bodies and the effect.
Yeah. And yeah, this is exactly the case. We can just discard the card if we want to, you know, prevent these Murakumos.
I think though Antonio is quite confident because the I think Alberto's 2 cards in hand, and I think it looks promising for him.
For sure. And Alberto is thinking a lot about this.
No, I think he activated Murakumo, and yeah, Alberto what to discard? He has 2 cards in hand, no? Oh, and discarded draw.
Wow, okay.
I think it was a Croaky because it's a trigger effect, yes, and call by the grave into the draw and lockbird. So the sequence was that a Croaky...
Oh, but Ghost Bell to negate the call by. Wow, that's hyped.
A bigger sequence.
Yeah. And yeah, address, then we are gonna do this card for the Murakumo effect. And now we are left with no cards in hand for Alberto, but the draw and lock is active.
So the sequence was that a Croaky, chaining 1, Murakumo chaining 2 to negate, chaining 3, stealing the chain draw and lockbird, chaining 4, call by the grave, and of course chaining 5, Ghost Bell.
Yeah, crazy event, and Alberto drawing this minion again and again.
And at this point, we are
Bakiri, and okay, we're gonna go for Lollipo.
Yeah, I mean, it is one of those Yamis that you really want to see against Mitsurugi, and also under draw you cannot summon a Capsu. I mean, it will not have an effect, so it's totally understandable.
So now, I mean, Antonio knows everything. So he knows that the last card is the surprise. He has a big decision ahead because I see a Capsi in his own hand, which is decent, but of course cannot add.
And also we can Habakiri for Kusanagi, take back the field, the ritual spell.
Which is also why I was thinking it might have been a better target for the Lollipo, just because you cannot add from deck. So maybe it was better to shut off the ritual. Because I mean, once you see Futsu, you usually assume that they are also, you know, Kusanagi.
Yeah.
But he has drawn his own copy of Akruki, which is big here.
We can surprise here in order for us to have for sure.
I like it.
Yeah, the synchro effect, the Capsi Yami effect. So we choose to wait for surprise. Kusanagi will be summoned and tributed through the effect of Habakiri,
Yeah.
and now that it's tribute, can activate the effects to probably add the Mitsurugi ritual into the deck, into the hand again.
And this is why, as I was saying, maybe the ritual, I think, was better as a target. Because I mean, what can they do if they have the Futsu? Like, sure, you cannot draw. So here you prevent a play, and instead, this way Antonio is just able to, I believe, summon from the end, because he summoned from deck, no?
Yeah, he summoned
exactly.
from
So
deck
he summon a Bakiri, probably get rid of...
and fights Futsu again if he wants to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he has access to it, so it's a
Yeah,
good
a bit
addition to the deck.
of maybe limited foresight for Alberto in this case, but let's see how relevant it's going to be. Does a Kruki trigger also for like Beast Yummies, or is it any monster? Let me see. Yeah, any monster.
If it leaves the
Yeah,
field,
yeah,
any
yeah.
monster. But we have already activated the effect, so...
No, I meant the one from Antonio.
Oh.
That's why, yeah. I think we are entering battle. I mean, I guess we can go into, like, at the very minimum, it's not great. But, like, you could go Snatchy and then Kruki, and then a Kruki pops the field spell and you just put them face down. But then you need to draw into something good.
Yeah, you don't have any follow-up then.
No follow up.
Oh no, maybe you do, because you can just put back the minion, no? And then since it's in the grave, and then you go link one and then minion again, and you can play a little bit.
Yeah, but that requires for you to have him also.
What can you do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
not much,
you
but
don't
still,
need it.
You know, yeah.
Are we not using? Oh, I guess we're maybe not using a Kruki then. Yeah. Fair. Because Antonio's not normal yet. So yeah, I might as well keep the interruption. I like it. Yeah, it's a close spot for sure. After two very quick games, we finally get one where they face off against each other. This Capsi is not as powerful as we know, since Droll is still active. And it's also annoying, because if you go here for Snatchy, you get rid of the Akruki.
Yeah, but I think that it's mandatory for Antonio to change this field well right now.
So he's thinking apparently about it. And he only has a couple cards of his own left, I believe, in hand.
He has a Capsi. Another copy of Capsi.
Another Capsi?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not great. But I guess it allows you not to use the effect, which is big. Yeah, no, this is actually quite relevant. I mean, we have already entered battle.
Yes, I think that we maybe summon Lollipop and activate a Croaky targeting.
Yeah.
Maybe our opponent a Croaky, because otherwise.
But it's
will
not
be
looking
changed.
good. Perché, I mean, we do have. Allora, we do have Marshmallow for surprise. We have basically better names available for Alberto.
What is he getting rid of the Akruki, right?
Yeah. And yeah, as expected, Alberto is just gonna chain. And as we can see, you can get the Marshmallow to get back surprise, or you can get another synchro. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason to not summon.
Yeah, I don't think you get the Link one if you get the Synchro though. No? Like it's just better to get the Synchro plus a level 1. Yeah, that makes more sense. Oh, I guess they are forcing him to?
Oh, because he's
already put it on the field? Maybe. Fair enough. So now we resolve, we bring back for the Lollipo, and then our Akruki leaves. So now we have both field spell in the graveyard.
Right now, what is the plan for Antonio though? I mean, maybe establish Herald?
Alberto doesn't have anything in hand, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I think
No,
both are top deck.
Oh.
No, he has the surprise.
Yeah, no, now he will get
Yeah.
it. For now
Yes.
he didn't have any card. Now he will get the surprise. Yeah.
I think he can set up Herald, yeah. I think it will be good, yeah.
It will not be enough though,
Shouldn't
right?
you just go? Ah no, you already used Cookie. Okay, no, never mind.
I think at this point you need to find access to Mignon. Otherwise, I don't know how you can establish a bigger threat. Yeah. And Antonio activates the effect.
Yeah, I think
Because
nice
it's-
catch, yeah.
Yeah. It's very important to have one more body.
I mean, anyways, you can recycle it and just set it up again next turn. So that's fair. But it's tough to prevent everything though. Because how do you stop Alberto next turn? He has a lot. Like even just dealing with the field is not so easy. And yeah, this droll is putting in a lot of work actually. If it wasn't for the droll, I mean, Antonio would be miles ahead.
Can we find a way for us to tribute our own monster in our opponent's turn? No, I don't think there is a card that allows.
No, I'm thinking of again this Gorgon that we have used sometimes, if you can find a sneaky way to use it. But it's gonna need some help. Yeah, and you can see that Antonio was also taking a big think here. He knows that this is the crucial moment. No, we have already attacked, no?
Yeah, I think I've already accessed the battle phase, right? Otherwise, all this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I think.
Yeah, they catched it. I think.
No, they have not.
Or maybe he attempted to enter battle phase, and that's when
We surprised.
Alberto surprised, but
No,
why?
There's no reason. Snatch can be also activated by the battle
we are
phase.
attacking, so
Are we sure about that?
yeah, we're asking for clarification just in case, because it really looked as if we did, but
Yeah, otherwise we just summon Herald and you win.
yeah, now it changes everything.
Yeah, but no, I think that's the. Yeah, I think.
No, I think that's what now they're asking, and I guess, yeah, I guess not, because as you could see, the judges just asked them, and Alberto confirmed that he used the surprise.
At the main phase? Okay.
Yeah, this changes everything. I don't know. Yeah.
We still don't have an access to Herald because we don't have a discard for Samsara.
Still.
Or the hamster, as we saw. But still, SP with also Lollipop on the field is quite an option for Antonio.
Let's see. So Alberto picks up an important card. 16 minutes remain, and
Yeah, but what card you need right now going into this field? Probably a name.
I mean,
But you don't have Mignon anymore.
No, that's the main problem. And even if you see a name you don't have Mignon, I don't really know what you're looking for.
yeah,
honestly.
without Mignon, the Yummy deck, the pure version, really struggles to deal with
I think
threats.
You are forced to activate Surprise to break the synchro in order for when you starting summoning, for example, Cookie right now, when your opponent activates a monster
Ooh,
effect.
I think we are just going for Typhon.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we could actually find a way to trigger Capsi Yami if we summon it with Surprise in order for us to go into the Mass Mao, the second effect, the enhanced one, and take Minion from the banishment. Right, it was one option.
Yeah. Yeah, but now it's again looking a bit rough. Antonio gets to draw. He still has Abakiri and Murakumo face down. And first thing first, he might look into flipping them face up.
And I think with the life point that Alberto currently has, the Habakiri's effect is very crucial, that all the monsters of Alberto loses 800 attack, and I think with a little establishment he can actually push for game right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think without the Minion being alive from Alberto, honestly, there would have been nothing else that he could have done. And still, honestly, with this feel from Antonio, it's I think it's just a matter of few moves. Yeah. Here it is with the Dynamondo being summoned, trying to put as much pressure as possible onto his opponent.
He could pressure with Surprise, activating, summoning the synchro, and then wait.
Yeah.
The key was to summon Masma with the effect of a synchro in order to get the enhanced effect and get the minion back in the hand.
Yeah, we have seen Diamond really coming clutch in a lot of matches this weekend already. Crucial card. He got rid of Baguska. It's doing really extra work today. And that is it. Unfortunately, Alberto gave it his best, but it was Antonio, the world champion for the Master Duel title, who was able to just put up this comeback together and advance with a very respectable 7-2 record today too.
And there was a mini lock. I don't know if you caught that, because we have the synchro in the field, we have the Capsiyam in the field, but we could not activate the effect because Antonio had Murakumo and we didn't have a card to discard.
Yeah.
So it was an actual negate.
No, I mean, I really feel like that overall. I mean, 7-2 is a solid record. I mean, advancing, you know, with such a field is no joke. But I mean, I think it was a very nice. You know, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the match, and game. I'm still a bit, you know, like game 2, for example. Maybe there was nothing that you know, Alberto could have done, and.
Yeah.
Game 3 in the end, I think also Antonio not only played it better but also had a very good hand just to contrast his opponent. So at the end of the day, congratulations to both of our duelists. But yeah, tomorrow maybe Antonio will prove himself also in the TCG category.
Yeah,
you know?
who knows? But regardless, our match is... I was about to say we could go to the backup future, but never mind, because I've been informed, because it just finished. It's this instant. So I mean, yeah, really odd timing on our side. But I mean, this means that this was the last match of the day, the last game of Yu-Gi-Oh! that we have been playing since we tuned in at 9 a.m. CET, and that will be the time in which we will be live tomorrow as well for the remaining rounds of Swiss, 6 in total, and then after those 15 rounds, those top 8 giants, I want to say, that made it for the second YCS of the European season. And well, we had a lot of surprises in Lille, so who knows if we can top that off.
Yummy surprises.
Yeah, we had a lot of those.
And I mean, right now it is one of, you had the discussion with Zan, right? It is one of those days that I was really curious to see how the community has adapted to the current meta state, because it feels like it shifts day by day, week by week, event by event, and I really want to see how the players have approached this.
Yeah, also I will be curious to see tomorrow the percentages of players advancing into day 2, so the ratios of, you know, how many players are actually playing Dracotail, Mitsurugi, Yami. And then in the end, the more we advance into the tournament, also having a look at the top tables today, I think there were a lot of different decks, and we also had the chance to see most of them, you know, actually here on stream, a lot of different ones, and it was quite of a fun day of Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot of different matchups, and I also feel like that at the end of the day, you know, those decks were also capable of defeating the best decks of the current format. And yeah, also in terms of you know, hand trap discussion, we also talked about it quite a lot. I mean, I will be curious to see, you know, the percentages of, you know, Jolly Bird, Artif and Langsia, all those cards mixed together, and just understand how our players prepare for these events after weeks, you know, of preparation. So yeah,
I think that tomorrow we may be able to have a card breakdown also.
Yeah, for sure we will update and try to update you guys on how it changes throughout the day, and then surely how it looks for the top duelist, not only the top 8, but I mean, last time we were blessed with a lot of diversity, even with those top 8 duelists. I would be shocked if that wasn't the case, because even today only 2 decks were above 10%. And that means that you have a lot of different decks out there, considering we had over 2,400 players. So it's really diverse at the top tables. I took a look at the players that are doing well, and it's a good mix of really good players and you know, different decks, new duelists trying to make it, and it will be interesting to see, because it's one of the most important events of the season for sure. And although around 54% of the field is Italian, I'm sure you know that
and 3%
everyone,
Greeks.
yeah, exactly, is gonna try their best to not have a back-to-back Italian YCS champion, because we remember in Lille Diego, you know, took it, and I think it's actually back-to-back events, because Lorenzo Muselli took the European Championship. Yep. So maybe it's time that Italy is knocked off here at their own country. So we'll see whether that will be the case tomorrow. But again, it was a beautiful sight. And in just a few moments, we have to hear it from, I mean, the man himself. Hyped to finally see him after witnessing in Paris his victory in the 3v3 competition of Master Duel. We'll be able to hear it from Nash himself on what it feels like to compete in the TCG as well, because I'm sure he didn't have the chance to participate in a lot of tournaments in the last few years, and it's good to see him at least here in Italy competing and doing well. Yeah. So again, I guess thank you guys, because on our side as commentators this is the end of it, but we'll tune in tomorrow with you to have more fun, more Yu-Gi-Oh! There is never enough Yu-Gi-Oh! What is also gonna be really fun for me will be, and we'll give you maybe some small updates, tomorrow we'll have the first European Genesis Invitational, so we'll see who takes that home with the beautiful prizes. But now, as mentioned, we have Jean-Alexis ready with Nash.
Yeah, indeed, we are back with the winner of the last round, Antonio, here with a convincing victory. Congratulations, Antonio, after this win. I mean, the third game was really hard, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, no, my opponent played very well. There were a couple of spots in which, like, I tried to outplay him, but I checked all the marks. So it was an extremely nice game.
Absolutely. We are going to just get back on some little moments of this game, of course, and especially, I mean, during the first game and the second game, there was not that much to say, because during the first game, I mean, you showed your hand to the camera, and what was in your hand exactly?
Okay, so I had pre-prep, Abakiri, and the rest was basically that. I had field spell.
Not a very good hand.
Yeah, no, I think I also had another bell. It's simply that, like, I could not push enough. Like, I actually tried to bait the Herald of the Arclight with the pre-prep, because my line is actually better if I start with Abakiri, instead of actually then resolving the pre-prep if I start with Abakiri and then against the Abakiri.
But there was the bell.
Yeah, but
that.
there was the bell. The bell actually cooked me there, actually, like roasted.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, literally, you just went 0-1 on this game. And then there was the second game. Not much to say as well, because there was the purge on the Kepsi.
In this game, I actually thought, like, if I start with the cookie, I lose to bestials, and my line is slightly worse into Ash Blossom and Purge if I start with the cookie. But then I realized, like, but then he's playing pure because I saw the Purge also in the previous game.
Absolutely discarded.
So I did not play around the bestials, and by normal summoning my second copy of Ash Blossom, I can play better around Ash Blossom, Purge, and I mean I think that was the correct play to do, and also because I had two. I took some time to decide if I actually wanted to do it, because if he forward, it was pretty sad to discard the Ash Blossom and then like not having an Ash Blossom for his tour. But I think I had to do it.
And it went pretty well for you, of course, because there was only the Dominus Purge, and it was just not enough. I mean, the deck, Yami Mitsurugi, once you get both engines, it's so hard to stop.
Yeah, it can push through a lot. It can push through a lot of it. Once you resolve your, like the Abakiri, or once you resolve your Capsi Yami way, the deck can basically play through a lot.
Exactly, and it was the case, absolutely. Like, the Dominus Purge was almost nothing there, and Alberto literally decided that it was enough for him. And then we went into the third game, and the third game was literally a piece of art. So I'm gonna ask you a few questions, but first we will see a very beautiful interaction in the fact that, I mean, there was here, the fact that you are playing Fuvalos right there, and you decided to activate the Fuvalos on resolution of the drone. Could you just tell us why this moment particular?
If they start with drone, if they start with like engage into drone, if I let them make Kagari, they have to give me 2 draws. They have to. And I have double Fua, and they have to give me 4 draws. They absolutely have to, because otherwise they don't have any play. Like, they need to make the Synchro Capsi, and they need to make the Link 1. So by just waiting Kagari, you just gain an extra draw, for sure, 100%.
So yeah, we talked about that on stream, on multiple moments, and actually there were 2 sides. You know, some people wanted to activate the Fuvalos right away, and some people before the Kagari.
I think if you do it on the token, if they normal summon any Yami, you get 1 draw.
Yeah, and this is not enough, right? And yeah, even if there was the Ash Blossom, I mean, the Fuvalos did a lot of work there, because you start your turn with a lot of cards, and we know that you are playing the Mitsurugi strategy, and indeed, I mean, the Murakumo putting in so much work. Why specifically did you decide to incorporate the Mitsurugi card? Why does it make it a better deck than Yomi for you?
Because Herald is not once per turn.
Oh, that's right.
And I can summon it 3 times in my combo.
Yeah.
Right.
So it makes a lot of sense. So then we had another very beautiful interaction, and we saw the draw and lock bird, actually, because yeah, you literally destroyed the entire field, and Murakumo is so strong in that situation, of course. But after that, we saw the draw and lock bird. You had the call by the grave, but on top of that, right after, we see the ghost bell. I mean, the draw and lock bird.
That bell went like absolutely his way during this match.
Yeah, and we saw that in your on your face, literally. How much did it impact you? Like, the draw and lock bird, was it really the car that prevented you from going too far or not?
Yeah, I could have went a lot into my engine if it was not for the Rally Blackbird, but I played in a way that would establish me enough board presence for me to actually have an end board, regardless of him having draw or not.
And yeah, after that you just kept playing. You kept playing, and we are going to see that on the next clip. But we saw that you entered battle phase, and therefore that you forced the quick play spell, the surprise. But then after that we realized that you went into battle phase after playing a whole lot more. Could you just explain to us what happened?
I never entered into battle phase. Never. It never happened, guys. I promise you. So I summoned Murakumo, I summoned Abakiri. My opponent, Alberto, very sweet person, very sweet guy. He asked, what does zombie vampire do? I told him what zombie vampire. It's not like, you know, something that you shouldn't do. Like, it's not, you know, but like, I told him because I'm nice.
Yeah.
I told him, yeah, and he's like, zombie vampire cannot be targeted except for most special summons from the graveyard. And I had two lines there. I could have either go Dynamondo or zombie vampire. And the moment I summoned that, I didn't say battlefield, I didn't say anything. He just booked my monster to prevent a possible Dynamondo or zombie vampire. I was gonna go for Dynamondo, to be honest. Like, there was a Dynamondo 100% there, and he actually prevented me from going into that because there was, he could actually not push through a Dynamondo later on. So yeah, he just booked.
Yeah, so there was kind of a misunderstanding.
Yeah, there was a misunderstanding.
And yeah, he saw that there was battle phase, but there was absolutely no battle phase. And as soon as we saw that, I mean, the casting crew, even me, I was like, I mean, the game is now over, of course, because you can just get rid of everything on the field, and now you're in top deck. So very convincing win right there for you. Once again, congratulations, because you end this day still alive. You can still make it to top 8. I mean, barely alive, but you're still alive. So tomorrow you will have to play perfectly to be able to just reach the top 8. And I'm sure that you can do it. Are you confident?
I mean, I always come in an event trying to win. Like, yeah, I'm confident.
He's confident, so we are going to see that tomorrow. But before that, for one last time today, we are going to give it back to Ed.
Thank you very much, Jean-Alexis, and congratulations to Nesh there on that round 9 feature match win. That is it for our coverage here at YCS Bologna. But we still have a whole more day coming tomorrow. We have 5 more rounds of Swiss before we get into our top 8 cut, and we speed towards who is going to be crowned that YCS Bologna champion for 2025. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure bringing you guys all of our coverage. Thank you very much to my amazing coverage team who've also been smashing it today with non-stop commentary for all of those feature matches. Make sure you guys tune in at 9 a.m. tomorrow, local time here in Bologna, and we can bring you plenty more amazing coverage here at YCS Bologna. Have a good night.